AITA for not wanting to turn in a school assignment about my body measurements. I saw someone else post about measurements, and I thought this would be a good place to post my own query. I, 25F, am taking in costuming and sewing class for a university elective. It's not in my major, but I want to do well and learn the skill so I can make my own clothes and be crafty. We all have a sew a dress or tunic for ourselves as our current assignment, so everyone paired up to help measure. As my project partner is looping the measuring tape around me and making notations, our professor is going on a bit of a rant about how a size 0 isn't a real woman's body size, and being in that measurement range is sick, and expecting women to be that size is toxic. Although I agree with the last bit about not expecting everyone to fit the same mold, she was being a bit mean about it, imho. My project partner looks up at me from her notes with a look of pity-worry because guess what, those are my measurements. Admittedly, I've struggled a bit with an eating disorder years in the past, which I've mostly healed in therapy, but now my main issue is nausea due to a chronic illness that makes it hard to eat. I got really self-conscious because a lot of the other students were joining in on the professor's talk. I do feel sick and weak due to aforementioned reasons, but I didn't really want it pointed out in front of the class. Here's the part where I wonder if I was the asshole. I asked my project partner not to turn in my measurement notes. I asked the professor after class if we could just make the dress without going over the notes and got a humph noise in response, and she told me the answer was likely no and told me to come to office hours. I have work during her office hours, so instead I sent her an email saying I didn't feel comfortable sharing and would rather just work on the project alone with my partner. I also told her I would be missing class the next day due to being sick, which is sort of true since I always feel sick, but was mostly because I was too nervous. She wrote back saying I have a sense of entitlement asking for an exception with no reason, and that without a doctor's note, she wouldn't believe I was sick. She said she suspected I just didn't like her and didn't have respect for the class since it's not my major and I'm probably goofing off and not taking it seriously. It's true I come off very standoffish, blunt, and awkward due to having Asperger's, and also she's right. I don't like her. I have a hard time masking it, even though I've never intentionally been rude or disrespectful. I also know my lack of participation could affect my partner. And I did lie about being too sick to come to class. I do not want to disclose my illness or my Asperger's to her, but by not doing that she doesn't really have a reason to believe differently than she does. Asterisk edited for spelling grammar.